Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back for another video. So tonight's look is like a nighttime club look. I did a little halo eye, simple glossy lip, and that's about it. So if you like this look and you want to see how I did it, just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm starting off with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, Milk Makeup Primer. And this primer is said to give you all day hydration and hold, and I do believe it does that. I really love this primer. For my foundation, I'm using the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless foundation as usual, and I'm just blending that in with my beauty blender. I use about 2 pumps of this. I start off with 1 and then I go in with another pump for extra coverage. And I'm just using a beauty blender to blend that out. And I'm using the shade 80NN in the foundation. So for my concealer, I'm going to use the Benefit Boiing Cakeless concealer, and I'm using the number 12. I really grown to like this concealer. At first I didn't know, I was kind of unsure, but now I'm starting to like it. I think it has really great coverage, and I believe number 12 is the deepest shade, so that's something. And while I'm letting that concealer dry down, I'm just going to go ahead and do my eyebrows, and I'm using the Benefit Brow as usual in the number 5, and I'm just using the eyebrow brush. I usually start off with the tail of my eyebrow, and I just darken the tail, and then I move towards the front, and I do softer strokes, and then I start brushing the front of my eyebrow hairs up. So start off at the tail, make it darker and give it a shape, and then I move to the front and gradually get lighter and pull the product up so that my eyebrows look more natural. Alright, and now that I let that concealer dry down, I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with the same beauty blender I did my foundation with. I did kind of let it dry down too much, so I just sprayed my beauty blender with some Fix Plus, and I was able to get the product to move around just a little bit, but I still got really good coverage because I let it dry down and set a little bit before I started blending it out. So then I'm going to just add a little bit more concealer just for a little extra coverage underneath my eyes. Ooh. And then I'm going to add some of that concealer to my eyelids as my eyeshadow base, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out using the same beauty blender and just cleaning up my eyebrows as well. Alright, so once I'm done blending out my eyes, I'm just going to go ahead and blend out that concealer, and then I'm going to set underneath my eyes and my eyelids with the Beauty Bakery Flower Powder in this flat brush. I believe this is a Makeup Forever brush, and I just use it because it gets really close to my lash line where my eyes crease a lot, and it helps with that. So yeah, I'm just putting that all over where I put the concealer, and I'm just gonna let it sit for a little while. And for my bronzer, I'm using the Fenty Stalker Bronzer in the shade Mocha as usual, and I'm just pulling the product up to make my face look more structured, and I'm just blending it out. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other side. I'm gonna get around the perimeter of my face. I really love bronzer, so I tend to use a lot of it, but I'm just gonna do the perimeter of my face, my jawline, And to slightly contour the sides of my nose, I'm using the Fenty Bronzer in Cocoa Naughty, which is just a lighter shade. And this is the palette I'm going to be using today, a oldie but a goodie. This is the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. And the first shade I'm going to be going in with is Low Blow. I really didn't get much color from this shade, but I used it for one eye, so I just went ahead and used it for the second eye. And I'm just blending that out with a small blending brush. Alright, so next I'm going in with two colors, in Cayenne and He Devil. And I'm just putting my brush in both of them back and forth to get them mixed together. And I'm just going to put it over top of the first color that we put down. And I'm just blending it out, going back and forth in windshield wiper motion just to make sure it looks seamless and it's a good transition for my deeper shadows. Alright, next I'm going in with the color Ashes. I believe that's the one. And it's just a deeper purple. It's actually going to deepen up the outer V of my eye. And I'm using a small blending brush for this. And I'm using a smaller brush because it helps me get more precise and it helps me blend out the color better. And I have more control over the product because the brush that I'm using is so small. And I don't really want this to get out of hand because it is a darker color and I don't want to take it out too far. So when I use a smaller brush, it helps me control that better. And I'm just doing the same thing to the inner corner of my eye, and I'm just leaving the center part blank for the shimmer eyeshadow. So going for like a halo eye today. And I'm using the same brush because it's really small and I can get into the tiny areas with this brush. And now I'm just going back with the brush I used before to blend it all out. And I'm just blending and blending so it could look nice and smooth and seamless. Then I'm going to go into the color Ember, I believe it is. And that's the color that I'm going to use in the center of my lid. And I did apply it with my finger because it was easier. I tried to brush at first and it didn't look as good. Then I'm going to grab the color in Fuego again and go underneath my lash line with it. And I'm just using a flat Morphe brush. I'll put the brush in the description below. And I'm just going back and forth. And I'm doing the same thing I did to the top. I'm leaving the middle bare. And that's just me going in with the color Ashes to go right over top of it. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the same shimmer color in the middle, just like I did on the top of my eye. And I'm doing that one with the brush because it was just easier. The brush was really nice and flat and I was able to put it right against my lash line. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and line my eye. And for this I'm using the Kat Von D Trooper black liner. And I'm just pulling it all the way out. And then I'm gonna bring the wing back in, and I'm just doing like a regular wing, nothing crazy. I'm kind of making it thin on my lash line because my hooded eyes, it looks better if the line is thinner. You can see more of my eyelid that way. I would recommend this liner for beginners because it's not too wet, so you're not going to get too much product, and it's really pointy, so it'll help you have better control of your wing. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my waterline with a black pencil. I'll put this in the description as well, but you can use any black eyeliner. Alright, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with some Fix Plus. This is just like a small little mini one. I'm just going to fan that dry, and then I'm going to tap the excess in with my sponge just to make it look less shiny. Because sometimes once I spray my setting spray, my face looks a little bit shiny, and that's not what we want. I like my skin to look pretty matte, so I'm just going in with the Beauty Blender, the same one I used earlier. Next, I'm going to do my mascara, and I believe this is called On the Rise Mascara by NYX. And I just use any random mascara. I don't love this mascara, but I'm going to put on false lashes, so it doesn't really matter. So that's just for my top lashes. And I will apply my falsies. And for my bottom lashes, I'm going to use my favorite mascara as always, which is the Giga Black Extended Play Lash mascara from MAC. And I'm just doing my bottom lashes while my eyelash glue dries, and then I'm just going to pop those on with my finger because it's easier for me. I don't have long nails, so this works for me. And I'm just pinching them together. Once I get it placed in the right spot, I'm just pinching the lashes and my real lashes together. Once that's all done, I'm going to go ahead and use this bronzer by Becca Maui Nights. It's one of my favorite bronzer. I'm actually going to use it as a blush though, just because I like the color and it has a nice little sheen to it. So I'm just going to use that on my cheeks. And for my lips, I just lined my lips with a brown pencil liner, Chestnut by MAC. And then I put this e.l.f. clear lip gloss over top. And that was pretty much it. I'm just putting that all over. And then I'm going to go back with my lip liner a little bit and darken the perimeter. And that's about it for the look. We are at the end of the video. I just went and did my hair really quickly, threw in a shirt so I could look presentable for this outro and intro. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel please. I would appreciate that. And yeah, tell me what you want to see in the comments, tell me what I can do. But yeah, till next time.